Hello friends, welcome back to VOWIAS. Welcome to the discussion on daily MCQ. Today is 5th of April 2022 and now we are going to discuss 5 MCQs based on the current affairs. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं. And as you know, daily we upload current affairs and the current affairs PDF will be uploaded in the Telegram channel. The Telegram channel details are there in the description. You can go and download it from there. Now let's look at the first question. The Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement, sometimes seen in the news, is signed between India and A. European Union, B. Australia, C. Japan, and D. Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So recently this was news because India signed this free trade agreement and it was between India and B. Australia. And as you all know, India does not have any free trade agreement with the European Union. The talks are going on, but as of now India does not have any free trade agreement with European Union. But we have a free trade agreement with Japan. Okay. So the correct answer is Australia. Recently, India signed this historic trade agreement. With Australia, and it is called as the India-Australia Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement. It is the first free trade agreement that India has signed with a major developed country in over a decade. And in February, India signed this FTA with UAE and is currently working on the FTAs with Israel, Canada, UK, and European Union. Okay, so this free trade agreement with Australia is a very advantageous free trade agreement for both the countries. It will try to utilize the potential of both India and Australia, and this will help in increasing the exports, increasing the trade between the countries. And under this agreement, India graduates from the STEM will also get an extended work visa, which will be beneficial because India is a pioneer in the services sector, and this will help the Indian engineers. Now let's look at the next question. The second question. The ninth schedule was introduced in the Constitution of India during the Prime Ministership of A. Jawaharlal Nehru, B. Lal Bahadur Shastri, C. Indira Gandhi, and D. Morarji Desai. It's a 2019 CSE question, and these kind of questions, which are factual, also becomes important sometimes. The ninth schedule is an important one, and this generally is used to avoid the Supreme Court scrutiny. So the correct answer is A. Jawaharlal Nehru. So why it was in news is recently the Supreme Court struck down 10.5% internal reservation to Vaniyakula Kshatriya community in Tamil Nadu. The ninth schedule was first added by the First Amendment Act to the Constitution by Pandit Nehru. It was introduced on 10th of May 1951 by Jawaharlal Nehru government to protect the land reforms from being challenged in the court on the grounds of violation of fundamental rights, because back then land is something which was commoditized by the British. So after the independence, the land reforms is one of the important concepts, because before independence we had the Zamindari system and all, and that had deprived the people of their rights, deprived the people of the land rights. So that's why this is an important thing, and for the land reforms to proceed, having such a schedule is very important, is what the government felt, and they've introduced this. But later on, as you know, it progressed, and if anything is added after 1973, after the Keshwananda Bharati case, then everything will be scrutinized, because the judicial scrutiny is also a part of the basic structure. So now, as of today, if you see, the ninth schedule does not have much importance, but the things which are added before 1973, they have a bit of importance which are added into the ninth schedule before 1973. They have a bit of importance, and this is how it goes. So this. If you see, this created a new Article 31B, and it has retrospective operation, which means that if laws are inserted in the ninth schedule after they are declared unconstitutional, they are considered to have been in the schedule since the commencement and is valid. While most of the laws protected under the schedule concerns agriculture land issues, the list includes other subjects as well. Now let's look at the next question. Third question. Operation Uplabh, recently mentioned in media, is related to Operation Uplabh. So A. Manufacturing of biodegradable plastics. B. RPF's pan-India drive to curb activities of touts and making railway tickets available to common man. C. To provide legal aid to vulnerable citizens. And D. To detect gravitational waves. Operation Uplabh. The correct option is B. So this is an operation by Railway Protection Force. It's a pan-India drive to curb the activities of touts and make railway tickets available to common man. So recently it is conducted, and it is a month-long drive, and the important thing is that the contingent RPF is an armed force of Union of India. We have to understand this, and it is a security force which is owned by Indian Railways, basically under the Ministry of Railways. So this is all the information about RPF and Operation Uplabh. Now let's look at the next question. Consider the following statements with respect to Bharat Project. Bharat is the world's longest rural connectivity scheme connected by optical fiber network. Second one, The project is implemented by World Economic Forum through a special purpose vehicle. You have to choose the correct option. A1 only, B2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. The correct option is A1 only, because the Bharat is an India project, and why an Indian project will be implemented by World Economic Forum? It's a simple question. So if you just use that logic, the second statement is wrong and the first statement is right. So the implementation of BharatNet has slowed and is likely to miss the 2025 completion deadline owing to a number of factors. It's a project envisioned by the Government of India to digitally connect all Gram Panchayats and villages of India. It originally aimed to provide bandwidth at 100 Mbps to about 2.5 lakh Gram Panchayats of the country. This is basically to digitize the rural India. It's a highly scalable network infrastructure accessible on a non-discriminatory basis, and the money which is used in this is basically from the Universal Service Obligation Fund, and this fund or you can say the money which comes into the fund is given by the telecom companies. Okay, the main aim of this is to provide affordable broadband connectivity, and the implementation agency is the Bharat Broadband Network Limited, which is a special purpose vehicle which is created especially for this purpose. So it will reduce the broadband costs in India, and also it will provide internet connectivity to citizens in the rural areas. Now let's look at the next question, the fifth question. Consider the following statements regarding near field communication technology. First one, it is a long range wireless connectivity that transmit data through optic fiber communication. Second one, it can be used in contactless banking cards to perform money transactions to generate contactless tickets for public transport. You have to choose the correct option. A1 only, B2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. And here the correct option is before going into the correct option, we will see the statements. So the question is about near field communication. So as the name suggests, near field communication means it is for short range. This is the simple logic which we can get. So but the first statement talks about long range. So going by that logic, the first statement is wrong, because near field communication, it's communication between two objects which are very near, so the range will be short. And second statement says it can be used in contactless banking cards to provide money transactions to generate contactless tickets for public transport. But the second statement is right. Okay, second statement is right. So recently, why it was in news is Google Pay has announced a new feature in India, Tap to Pay for UPI, in collaboration with the Pine Labs, and the feature makes use of the near field communication technology. It's a short range wireless communication technology that allows NFC enabled devices to communicate with each other and transfer information quickly and easily with a single touch, whether for the payment of bills, exchange of business cards, download coupons, or share the document. It transmits through the electromagnetic radio fields that enable communication between two devices. The NFC tech had a wide range of applications beside driving payment services like Google Wallet and Apple Pay. So it has applications in healthcare to monitor patient stats through NFC enabled wristbands. NFC is used in wireless charging too. So here the device has to be just the distance has to be just few centimeters. So these are the 5 questions of the day, and before I leave with small information, we are providing Vision Prelims Test Series Summary, Vision Monthly Magazine Summary, and Vision Mains Test Series Summary. You can subscribe to them from our Telegram channel. So that's it guys for the day. I'll see you again tomorrow with 5 more MCQs. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.